friends and colleagues. You know, at this time of crisis, we are spending so much time on social media, sitting in front of our computers or laptops, or holding our smartphones and just surfing the net and getting in touch with people more than usual. A lot of us are using the social media outlets to maybe attend some webinars and learn something. Others are using them to have a good laugh or go into chat rooms or maybe watch movies or play video games or just be in touch with your relatives that you cannot physically visit right now. I've been looking at this and I think you will agree that it's not just me, it's really all of us that are doing it. So, about a couple of weeks ago, I got to think about it and I thought, well, this might be a good opportunity also to kind of observe how we are on social media. What is it that we project on social media to see if there are lessons to be learned and to see if there is room for improvement? To do this, I consider two different things. Number one, that some of our social media is for commercial professional purposes, while other is just for family and social objectives. At the same time, I do understand that there are different types of social media and there's some content that is expected in some of them, but is not on others. So based on this, and without wanting to criticize anybody, but just on the spirit of trying to improve all of our professional images, I got to think about some things that I have noticed that I think that we should kind of discard or avoid for the most part when we are using social media and we are dealing with our clients or with our colleagues and sometimes with our friends and relatives as well. First, I have noticed that a lot of people are just constantly posting on social media, but they show absolutely no empathy. They seem not to recognize that a lot of people are suffering, that a lot of people are right now concerned because of their future. There's a lot of uncertain things that are going to happen all over the world. But again, some people don't seem to care much for this and they just go online to start talking about one issue that is important to them and do it over and over again. I think that is counterproductive to do this both in your professional and your personal social media outlets, but especially when you are trying to come across as professional with your clients and your colleagues. There are also, taking this to the extreme, other posts by other people that I think are taking this to the extreme and they are really taking advantage of the situation. There are people that are just drowning us on specials, promotions, selling you products, selling you services without really caring much for what is going on, without really caring for the people that are going through this crisis right now. I don't think that that looks good, and I think that when your customers, your clients, or your colleagues see this, you will turn them off. Then I see also some postings by some people that really look and sound desperate. I know these are uncertain times and we are all concerned about our future, but I don't think that it projects a very good image and you don't look very professional on your professional social media and maybe also on your personal one if you are just constantly offering your services around the clock, if you are constantly promoting webinars or classes that you are teaching. I've seen people that I didn't even know that are teachers that are now instructors online. I don't think that just advertising the same over and over again to the same people, amongst them your colleagues and your friends, 5 times a day, 50 times a week, looks very professional. I think that if we do that, we look kind of desperate. And when we look desperate, people start thinking that maybe that's because we need money and therefore we are not very good planners and maybe we are not very good professionals and we were really just short on funds even from the beginning. Then we have the obsessive compulsive. These are the people that are constantly posting the same things over and over again. I think we should avoid being this obsessive compulsive person on social media. And this is not just on your professional one, but also on our personal media. Those people that are totally obsessed with the disease, those people that are obsessed with the cure, those people that are obsessed criticizing or defending a certain governmental policy or a certain political doctrine or a certain medical formula. I think that that doesn't look very good and that's tiring. And maybe most people that go through that without knowing are just getting people to block them, to ignore them, to delete their posts and things like that. And that takes me to some other group that is really, really bothersome and tiring. These are the people that are now constantly broadcasting live. I think it's good to broadcast live certain things. I think it's good to post certain videos every now and then in your special groups, WhatsApp groups, or personal interest groups. It's okay to post more videos. But those people that are constantly broadcasting live, I don't think that they are doing a service to themselves, to the people that are their friends on their personal outlets, and much less to their colleagues and their clients. I know that some people are really right now very religious, but it's not necessary for you to broadcast every single religious service that you see around the clock to everybody that is your friend on social media. The same thing, I don't think that a lot of people are interested on really watching all the videos that you can think of the tricks of your dogs or cats. So if you're going to post those things, do it in moderation or post it in certain groups, but don't do it where you have clients and colleagues and people that barely know you, unless you do it just every now and then. There's nothing wrong with some humor. I love to post some humor both on personal and professional social media. More so on personal than professional, but in moderation. Once a day, twice a week, once a month, but not around the clock. And this takes me also to the people that are also fighting or complaining all the time on social media. I don't think that looks very good, and I think that if we are one of these, we should refrain from being constantly fighting, constantly complaining. I think that people get tired of watching posts where people are complaining about a government around the clock, people that are defending a government policy around the clock, people that are complaining about this, complaining about that, defending this or defending that, or the people that are just looking to pick a fight with the rest of the world. This looks very unprofessional. None of your clients will appreciate that, and you look very impulsive, very careless if this is your approach. So let's avoid doing that also. And that takes me also to another very serious matter. Those posts of people that are really technically challenged. I understand that not everybody is an expert technology-wise. I understand that there's a lot of things that we are all discovering at this time. But please be careful with what you post, because it doesn't look any good if you are posting on social media all the time saying, oh, I don't know how to do this, oh, this is too complicated for me, oh, I hope this doesn't happen. When you are sharing that on a commercial or on a professional media outlet, or even in your personal one, if people like your colleagues or your potential clients can look at that, that makes them really lose all trust on you, because they will not trust somebody that is himself or herself acknowledging the fact that they are not up to speed with technology. And this also includes what I call the vintage individuals. Vintage postings are those that are posted by people who come online and say, please text me, please call me on the phone. I hate using a smartphone. I don't know what WhatsApp is. I don't know what Instagram is. I hate Zoom, etc. That doesn't look good either. So don't be one of these vintage people. Understand that using the phone is obsolete, that using texting for everything shouldn't be the case. That's for emergencies, that's for people that are really close to you, and that's about it. Please keep this in mind. If grandma and grandpa who are 95 years old can use Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp, there's no reason why we can't. So let's really work on that. And also, if some of these vintage posters are also people that look or that project that they are unfit for social media, please understand, especially in our professions, that the rules of etiquette, that the rules of grammar, that the spelling rules that we know really don't apply to all social media postings. So please don't run out of space on Twitter because you are putting all the punctuation or because you are using long words instead of abbreviations. Please use emojis, that's what they are for. And please abstain from your salutation and from your goodbye, long goodbyes on Twitter, WhatsApp, and some other media outlets. That doesn't look good. It maybe makes you feel good, but that outdates you totally. Or worse, that dates you completely. And people will see that you are not ready for the challenges that we are facing right now. It is very important to make sure that we do this. Now, with that said, we also have to be careful about how we write and how we spell. Because the more we write, the more we spell, the more blogs we write, we are exposing ourselves more to the fact that our clients and our colleagues can see really our level and our proficiency on a certain language. So, unless you do it really good, try to use languages where you are stronger. And please use a spell check to make sure that you don't put awful things online. This could also make you lose your clients' and customers' trust, and that wouldn't be very pretty. In other words, let's use this time also not just to be going to webinars over and over again, not just to be exchanging cooking recipes all day, or to be posting about movies that we watched last night, or about concerts that we want to broadcast live for everybody from our kitchen table. Let's take advantage of these times also to really reflect on what we are projecting when we go on social media as professionals, because once that this is all over, that will be important, and it will be certainly a factor that maybe wasn't there in the minds of some of our clients or customers and even our colleagues, and will be maybe essential on the time that they make a decision about whether or not they will want to share the booth with you, if they will want to retain you for an assignment, or if you will go on the B list. One before this crisis, you used to be on the A list. So let's be careful about this. Let's not criticize each other, but do some constructive criticism for us, for ourselves, and let's try to improve our postings on social media. All social media. At least that is my opinion. Thank you very much.